Nora Jones Story, Chapter 6. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. I just want to bless you guys with a few inserts from this chapter. Good morning. Chapter 6. I was 31 years old and I had been single a few years after living with my son's father for 6 years. The relationship ended peacefully. We simply outgrew each other. So my cousin and I was at the airport picking up my mom, who got in from Africa, which she traveled frequently. So we laughed and we talked and we made our way to the terminal to find her. Two guys walked past us and one guy said, "Hey, big booty." I turned around and immediately began to check him about the nature in which he was coming at me. When my cousin urged me to give him a chance. "Monet, if you watching, I'm gonna get you." Reluctantly, I took his number and within a few days we began to chat. He worked at the airport, and within a few weeks of talking on the phone, he shared he lost his job. This should have been an appropriate time to exit, right, ladies? But I didn't. I was intrigued by his ghetto demeanor and his gangster style. I was an upscale suburban woman with the proper grammar and an amazing job. DiCarlo would come over and we would smoke weed and ride around selling it. I thought he was the coolest. He would blast his music and pull up on his friends and was very popular. I I had been a very structured type of woman and have never dated a thug before. Watch out for them thugs, y'all. This is getting good. Soon, the Carlos would come over and stay nights at my house. He soon moved in. Weeks later, I became pregnant, but we were excited to be a family. He was very controlling and it was attractive. He cared about who I talked to, so my phone calls were all on speaker. This was cute. I never had a man so attentive. He loves me, I convinced myself. By this time, I was making six figures a year. He was the neighborhood weed man. He never shared his money. I never saw an abundance of it, but he gave me the attention I so craved. Within 5 months, we moved to a newer upscale apartment in a high rise building. Now very pregnant at this time, DeCarlo is more and more controlling. He begins to insist on driving me to work. This only lasted for a brief time. He became enraged at the smallest thing and called my job often to check and see if I was at work. It was almost like the more he showed signs of cheating, the more abusive he got, both mentally and physical. Each day I would get smacked or hit or some force of physical abuse. Then he would apologize, most often to try to buy me things. At this point, right before my very eyes, my my self-worth changed, my confidence, my world. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. He said, "You look like a clown when you do." Got a little makeup today, though. Look at Jesus. "You look like a clown when you do."